Hey readers, this is Full Duke here. I'm at PonyCon Holland just after the closing of events. I am here with the great and wonderful Imalu,
Imalu, yeah.
who is one of the chief designers, or one of the main designers for G5 characters. Which ones?
Sunny and Easy. Sunny Starscart and Sunny Easy Moonbow. Sorry.
Yes. Okay. So we had a panel earlier, which I'm going to be uploading soon, and there will be a. I'm just going to ask some follow-up questions. Okay. So firstly, you mentioned in the panel you had when you were offered the job, you were quite happy with that. How did you feel?
With having the job on the G5, at first it was like crazy. I couldn't believe it. I thought it was a scam. But then I realized and I exploded. Like I think I cried a little bit and screamed, cried, and was looking at my computer with a blank face for like 30 minutes straight.
Okay, so do you have any advice for people who might be moving to work for animation and what to expect?
For people who want to be in animation?
For people who want to be in animation, they might be moving, they might have to move to
for moving, what should I say about that? It's not easy to move for a job, especially in animation, because you have to go abroad a lot. The best thing is, especially if you don't have a live set in your country, it's easier for you, and specifically if you have administrative stuff to take care of, that is the most complicated part. Do that first before moving, because I had trouble in Ireland. I was kind of homeless for 1 week. It's best when the company gives you the accommodation. If they don't take care of that a bit earlier, and ask the company to have more time before moving to the country. So.
Yes, okay. Third question, how do you adjust to working in a team like this professional and this multifaceted professional animation company? Do you were in difficulties?
No. The team was amazing. The team was very fun to work with, very easy, we had so many fun and jokes and private jokes. The only problem was when I was drawing MLP stuff for myself, it wasn't really good for them. Like I got scolded so many times, but eventually, like they were nice to me in the end. Like
how did you adjust to the new environment?
Oh, do I adjust to the environment? I do it very easily because I'm kind of an extrovert myself. I went with the flow. Yes. And at first I was scared to show a bit of my brownie levels, and in the end it was best that I show myself a bit more than hiding myself at first. It helped to fit in the team when I was more me, and people liked that. So.
Okay, number 4. You mentioned the chief artist Pablo a lot. How did you work? What was it like working with him? I
had many supervisors.
Yes.
So Pablo Meyer was the art director.
Yes.
Graham Gallagher was the head of characters.
Yeah.
I mainly worked with these two. Working with them, usually they give me the task and they pitch me the task, and then I give them my ideas, my concept art. They put me in the direction, and I follow this direction, or we discuss about it.
Yeah.
They were very easy to work with as well. Graham was more picky on how to make the characters look in 2D. Like it always had to be made good for animation, for 3D animation. Yeah.
Okay. So did you mentioned that the G4 staff, some G4 staff that you liaised with. What was it like liaising with Megan McCarthy? What was that like with her?
I didn't met her a lot because usually the Hasbro team, from Rhode Island, or Los Angeles, I don't remember exactly. They came in the studio and they stayed in the room, the meeting room, for like a whole week or a few days.
Yeah.
Without going out, and sometimes they would say hi to us, but.
Yes.
I had the chance to say hi to Megan McCarthy, just to say, hey, I like you, I'm a fan of G4 and stuff, but that was pretty much it. Usually, I gave my work to the art directors. The directors gave it to Hasbro, and Hasbro give the notes to the directors, and directors give them to me. So I didn't have a direct talk with Hasbro, except one time with one of the head of toy design.
Yes.
That was pretty much it.
Okay. So did the G4 staff you met and the people in charge at Hasbro, did any of the G4 staff and what they written have any influence on the writing or the art for G5? Was there like any constraints? Like did they have any control over that at all? Or was it
there were some things that we had to avoid. Specifically, they didn't want the ponies to be too explicit looking. We had to avoid some poses because it was too sexy for them.
I meant more of the. Was there any control that the G4 staff had over the writing at all, or anything like that?
Oh.
Did they like just any sort of story or narrative?
You mean Megan McCarthy?
Yeah, already. Yeah.
Oh, I don't know about the story.
Yeah.
Because I didn't write the movie.
But were there some like references to G4 and things like that that you weren't allowed to make?
I don't remember any actually. They were like, I don't remember any of that.
Because I was just thinking because obviously there's going to have to be some constraints somewhere for the sake of continuity.
Yeah. No, they didn't really care about that. They gave some information about the series, but no constraints.
Yep.
No.
Is any of the stuff? Do you know if there's anything that's going to be aligning with G5 with G4 story wise? Can we expect any more callbacks to G4? I mean, because there was some callbacks that you and the other artists put in the art, wasn't there?
You mean notes?
There was references. You put like visual references in.
Oh yeah.
Can we expect more stuff like that in the series?
I don't know because I don't work on the series.
Oh, okay. Are they still going to use your styles?
Maybe I really don't know because the movie style they were like following it a little bit for the series. I think.
Yeah.
They're gonna keep the 3D in the series, so.
Good.
So maybe, but I don't know. I know nothing about the series actually.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so now we come on to the difficult questions.
Oh gosh.
Favorite and least favorite. Which ponies are from G4 are your favorite and your least favorite?
Okay, my favorite is Pinkie Pie.
Yeah.
My least favorite would be Fluttershy, the late season Fluttershy, and I don't really like Discord.
Any particular reason?
It was good in the second season, but when he got redemption, it was a bit annoying.
Yeah, they you guys like to do redemption a lot, which is fine, but some characters we like bad as well. So what is it with Pinkie Pie that you like so much?
I love. That's one of the characters I relate the most. She has curly hair like me. She's crazy like me. She likes to have friends like me, and she makes me laugh. Yes. She was the first pony I saw when I first saw G4. Yeah. So I don't know. There's something about this pony that I love. I see me in this pony, and I love that.
Okay. So as for G5, what's your favorite and least favorite character?
My favorite is Itzy.
Yes.
My least favorite. It's hard to tell. It's very hard to tell. I'm thinking of any. I think the one I relate the less would be Pip. I still like her, but she would be the one I care the less. Yeah.
Any particular reason why?
I don't know. Maybe in the movie she doesn't have much thing for her except she's singing well. She's funny, but she doesn't have as much personality as Izzy or Itch or even Zip. I don't know.
What was that? There was that one pony that you see. I think he's grey. I forget. Is it one pony for like 5 or 10 minutes and it turns up right at the end?
Oh yeah, Alpha Beetle.
What's the story with him?
Alpha Beetle. You mean in the production?
Oh yeah, or in the film.
Okay.
Well, how did he end up?
Well, at first, Alpha Beetle was very different from what we got in the movie. He was like this caveman kind of unicorn living in a cave with his creatures, and he was blind, and he was kind of like the not the smart one, but the wise one, wise one. And it completely changed when I was gone from the movie, when I left. And I think it changed for the better. It wasn't very interesting at first. But yeah, otherwise I don't really know much about him because he came very late in the production.
Yes. Did your designs for the characters change much?
No. I didn't design the alphabet.
Oh no, I mean for Izzy and Sunny. Did their designs change much after you left?
No, not really.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yes, fan question here. How do you feel? Well, me being a fan, how do you feel knowing that all the ponies from G4 are dead?
Oh, I was very sad at first.
Yes.
I cried.
Yeah, that's it. Maybe I keep holding out hope that they'll come back, like the Pillars of Harmony or something.
Yeah, that would be cool, but I like them as dead legends
Yes,
as well.
that's
I don't
nice.
know.
It gives some depth.
Yeah, it gets some depth. I like the lore around that. So
Yes. Okay. Now you mentioned one thing we don't want to talk about too much. It's there, is butts. Now you mentioned constraints, and there was some drama as well.
Oh yeah.
So what constraints did you have specifically, and what kind of drama was there? Because,
in concerning butts.
yes.
Okay. Hasbro didn't really like when there was too much blood showing. I had one of my notes I got was, it looks too sexy. But even the animators, they got this kind of notes. But the lack of blood is mostly 3D animation constraints.
Yes.
Because when they see it, the animators, they had to find a way to make them see it without it looking weird, because the pony anatomy is kind of weird to animate. So that was a lot about that. Of course, I couldn't draw gigantic butts in the kid show, but that's the story about the butts. The drama on Twitter about that and on 4chan, on FFLD and stuff. I was like. It went over my head a little bit. I didn't really care about this drama. I was like, I don't watch the show for the plot.
Yeah.
I don't really care about the After Dark stuff.
Yeah.
So I was like, I don't really understand the criticism around that.
Some of it got quite nasty, apparently. Didn't it?
Yeah. Quite nasty comments, of course. Yeah, especially on 4chan, but. I don't really care.
Yeah. There was quite a lot of people who said you'd done well, and there was a couple of threads giving you a lot of praise.
Yeah. So that's the most important. Yeah.
I sometimes I try and wonder contemplate which place is the worst, 4chan or Twitter. Because on the one hand, the stuff on 4chan can be that much worse, but on the other hand, on Twitter, people they're doing it often under their own name.
Yeah.
It might not be as bad as their own name. With a phone number and an email attached.
Yeah, it's kind of a mixed bag.
Yeah. I mean, there was a Count Dankula video I saw recently, and he was reading some comments from Twitter, and he said, "I don't know if this is a Twitter or poll that I'm reading."
Oh gosh.
Oh god, yeah.
Oh gosh.
Okay, so on with the horror. Okay, one thing you mentioned was you were down a pub in Dublin, in Ireland.
Yeah.
And the team officer started asking you questions. What was the most weird question that you were asked? The weirdest one.
Of course, they ask about the Rule 34 questions.
That was the most difficult one to answer.
I think I don't care about talking this kind of stuff when I'm in private. I found it funny, and they found it funny as well. It's just colleagues, it's not directors or stuff. Yeah. We are at the same level in hierarchy, so it's like it's not too complicated to talk about that. I think one of the questions that made me laugh from the IT guy, is that when they asked me about the brownies, the stuff they found on Google was 2 minutes long video about Applejack and Rainbow Dash kissing, like the Gmod pony, and they're like wondering what the fuck that was. So I had to explain. It was very fun. They found it funny.
Yes.
They found it funny.
So, did you have any design? Did you ever have any design Hitch at all?
Sorry.
You mentioned Hitch. Did you help design Hitch?
Yeah, well, at first, yeah,
Yes.
I did some early concepts,
Yes.
and then the directors they gave characters to the ones who were the most comfortable with the character. So my colleague Celia Kaspar was
Yeah.
having each Zip and Pip, and I was Sunny, Izzy, and Sprouts.
Okay. So what was the inspiration for those Hitch calendar picks?
Oh,
Also, why?
because it's funny. It was in the storyboard. They put this
Yes.
calendar thing. It was funny, and so they kept this idea. And my references were basically fireman calendars. Really, really. I didn't search too long for that.
No?
No.
Well, don't blame you. He's a nice pony.
Yeah. Very sexy pony.
Okay.
Yeah.
You mentioned a couple more questions.
Yeah.
You mentioned on the internet that you put quite a few G4 Easter eggs in the.
Yeah.
Could you name a few? More obscure ones?
There was so I didn't put it myself
Yeah.
specifically. It was the 3D and art directors. It was lots of people would choose
Yes.
to which one is.
You created a list of
Yeah,
things.
a PDF with one of my colleagues, Joanna, who was in character design with me. She got the idea of putting this
Yeah.
PDF, and so she asked me, "Can you help me?" And I was like, "Yeah, sure."
Yeah.
And so we gathered all this information in the PDF, and the directors picked, I think, or maybe was it the 3D team, the environment 3D team? They picked what they wanted, and so there was the Zecora mask.
Okay.
There was the books, lots
Yeah.
of books. The letters to Celestia.
Oh wow.
I don't know if this came in the movie. I know they put a lot.
Yeah.
I don't remember exactly which one, but to name a few, I think there was what's the name in English for that? Ember of the Dragon.
Yeah, Ember.
A scepter, yeah. We put that in the PDF. I think it was in one scene, but I wonder if they removed it or not.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, there are some things to look for there. So have fun. When this video goes up, I expect you all to go on a pointless Easter egg hunt for ages to try and find them, and then let me know. Half you are 4chaners, that's what you do. You want to go on M sometime, they have a whole fan magazine for Giant Mecha. There was a thread on there apparently.
Yeah.
They heavily loved the movie because of the mecha in it.
Oh.
Giant robots is the key to my heart as well, so I can identify. Okay, so so the next question I was going to ask you
Yeah.
is if we can expect any more bits about G4 and filling in the gaps in the timeline, like lore-wise.
In the series?
Yes.
I don't know.
That's the
That's the thing. I don't know about the series at all.
Okay.
But I wish I want it to be that way.
Yes.
I want. But I have no control over that. None.
Yep, the future is pretty uncertain at the minute, so
Yeah.
you're just going to have to hope for the best.
Yeah. Crossing fingers.
Yes. Okay, so, so how did you, just wrapping up, how did you find the convention? How did you find this is your first time in Holland, isn't it?
It was my first time in Netherlands, for
Yes.
sure. I loved it. The convention, Netherlands, not Rotterdam traffic.
Yes.
But yeah, the convention was very fun for such a small venue. It's very, very fun.
Punches above its weight, certainly.
Sorry?
It punches above its weight.
Yeah. The venue is very nice. There was only 200 people, but even that small amount, it was so fun.
Yes.
So active, so much energy everywhere. People were so much into it. I'm so surprised about how much G5 there is everywhere, and I love that. All the little references. People are having fun with the movie, and I really enjoyed that. And I mean, it's true that now that as a guest, I have more attention on me, and so I maybe enjoy it more than if I was a visitor. I don't know, but seeing G5 everywhere made me laugh, and I had so much fun with that.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's pretty much it. Do you think you'd come to the next con if there is one? If there is one? Yeah.
Let's do that.
What other cons are you going to this year or next year?
There's Harmonicon who plans on inviting me.
Yep.
Galacon. I tried BabsCon.
Yep.
And I think that's it. Sorry, Epona Fest in Italy wants to invite me to.
Well, I'm going to be going to all 4 of those, so doing live coverage and just trying to basically film a whole con on my own. Well, I pretty much succeeded today. We've got stuff that the control guys weren't able to get, and I'm going to send them that footage. See, we do stuff for the community. Even though we don't write as much as we should, we do stuff. Hashtag horse news. Come on.
Yay!
Okay, so that's pretty much it.
Okay.
For my thoughts, going back to butts for brief moment,
Yeah.
they don't seem any different in terms of shape, and that's a G4. So
Yeah, there's not that much sport.
I don't see what the fuss is about.
Yeah, that's why I'm like, it's stupid criticism to me.
I mean,
to be honest.
as much as I love the show, it is just a kids' cartoon. You can. Some people do need to grow up. Bro, I know that's a pun coming from me, but some people do. It's easy for me to say, but some people do need to grow up just a little bit. Okay, so that's everything. My name is Full Duke. This is Imaloo. You're watching Horse News. Make sure to lean to the meme. Keep it cringe. Good night.